Hello children, welcome to your 7th standard chemistry class. In the previous class, we have discussed the answer for the book back exercises for chapter 6 physical and chemical changes. In this session also we are going to write the answer for the same. We have completed up to 7th question. Isn't it, ma'am? Yes. Right from the 8th one. 8th question. Describe how crystals of copper sulphate are prepared. Describe how crystals of copper sulphate are prepared. Write the answer, children. Take a cupful of water in a beaker and add a few drops of dilute sulphuric acid. Take a cupful of water in a beaker and add a few drops of dilute sulphuric acid. Heat the water. When it starts boiling, add copper sulphate powder slowly. Continue to add copper sulphate powder till no more powder can be dissolved. That means up to the saturation level. Isn't it, ma'am? Yes. During this process, continuously stir the solution. Filter the solution. Leave it for cooling. Look it after some time. You can see the crystals of copper sulphate. Write the question and answer in your chemistry note neatly, children. Then write the 9th question, ma'am. Explain how painting of an iron gate prevents it from rusting. Explain how painting of an iron gate prevents it from rusting. Answer. For rusting, iron must be in contact with both air and moisture. For rusting, iron must be in contact with both air and moisture. When iron gate is painted, the layer of paint cuts the contact between air, moisture and iron. When iron gate is painted, the layer of paint cuts the contact between air, moisture and iron. Thus, it prevents rusting. Do you understand the answer, children? Both moisture and air is the main factors for rusting. If the iron article is in contact with the air and moisture, it is easily corroded. Isn't it, ma? Yes. When we paint or when we coat a paint on an iron gate, the contact between the air, moisture and iron is stopped. So thus it prevents rusting. Next question, question number 10. Explain why rusting of iron objects is faster in coastal areas than in deserts. Explain why rusting of iron object is faster in coastal areas than in desert. Do you understand the question, children? Rusting of iron article is faster in coastal areas than in deserts. What's the reason? Let us see the answer, children. Both air and moisture are required for rusting to take place. Both air and moisture are required for rusting to take place. In coastal areas, the quantity of moisture present in air is more than that in desert. In coastal areas, the quantity of moisture present in air is more than that in deserts. In desert areas, the amount of moisture in air is even lower. Therefore, rusting of iron objects is faster in coastal areas than in deserts. Yes. In coastal areas, quantity of moisture is very large. So, easily iron gets rusted. But in case of a desert, the moisture content in air is low. Then 11th question. The gas we use in the kitchen is called liquified petroleum gas. In the cylinder, it exists as a liquid. When it comes out from the cylinder, it becomes a gas. That is a change A. Then it burns, change B. The following statements pertain to these changes. Choose the correct one. What are the changes given here, children? First change. We use LPG gas in our home, isn't it, ma? Yes. Yes. This gas is in its liquid form in the cylinder. Yes. When it comes out from the cylinder, it becomes a gas. The change of the liquid to gas is change A. Do you understand, ma? Yes. Then it burns. When the gas burns, the change is denoted as B. Burning of the gas is denoted as B. Then the following statements pertain to these changes. That means process options. Look at the answer, options, children. Process A is a chemical change. What is process A, ma? Process A is a change of liquid into gas. Isn't it, ma? Yes. Then process B is a chemical change. What is process B? Burning of gas. First one, A, changing liquid into gas. It's a chemical change. Then B, burning of gas. That is a B. It's a chemical change. The next answer is both processes A and B are chemical changes. Both processes A and B are chemical changes. None of these processes is a chemical change. None of these processes is a chemical change. Out of this, which one is the correct one, children? What about process A? A is a chemical change. Process A is a chemical change. Is it a correct one, children? What's the change A? The changing of liquid into gas. It's not a chemical change. Just it is a change in the state. Isn't it, ma? Yes. So it is not a correct one. Then what about the second one? Process B is a chemical change. What is process B? A burning of a gas. Yes, it is a chemical change. Then both processes A and B are chemical change. No, it's not a correct one. The third option is not a correct one. Then none of these processes is a chemical change. It's also not a correct one. So what is the correct statement? Second one, process B is a chemical change. Process B is a chemical change. Then 12th one, anaerobic bacteria digest animal waste and produce biogas. That is change A. The biogas is then burnt as fuel. That is change B. The following statements pertain to these changes. Choose the correct one. This question also is like the 11th one, children. First understand the question. First, what does change A, children? Anaerobic bacteria digest animal waste and produce biogas. That is change A. And what is change B? The biogas is then burned as fuel. That is change B. Then what are the options here? First one, process A is a chemical change. Process A is a chemical change. Then process B is a chemical change. Then third one, both processes A and B are chemical changes. Then fourth one, none of these processes is a chemical change. Which one is the correct one, children? First, change A, anaerobic bacteria digest animal waste and produce biogas. Yes, this is a chemical change. Yes, digestion of animal waste to form a biogas. Yes, this is a chemical change. Then, what about process B, children? change B, the biogas is then burnt as fuel. The burning of biogas. This is also a chemical change. Then, what's the correct one, children? What's the correct one? Both processes A and B are chemical changes. So, third option is the correct one. Both processes A and B are chemical change. Okay, children, study the question and answer.